Hello, my name is David Kryjak. I'm the CEO of Spartan Digital Solutions, as well as a graduate for Rowan University's MIS program for 2020. And today I'm going to be going over with you the revisions that I've completed on the MAACBA website. So, to give you a little bit of background, MAACBA is an educational organization founded in hosting their annual conferences at certain member institutions. And they reached out to me regarding getting them a website refresh. Their prior website was very functional and it, as we like to say, got the job done. But after looking at some things and how certain processes were being performed, we stepped in to provide a more streamlined solution that is going to prolong them for the next 6 to 8 years based off of current technology. As we are not the active manager of this site, it was currently developed on Weebly, and we kept it there. The transition process would have been extremely complicated. So the way they had everything going, they just wanted to keep it here, and we worked with what we had. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just run you through everything that we've done, why we did it, and then give you a better explanation of how this new website works. So, the biggest thing, what I was talking about when it comes to the home pages, is we're not trying to sell anything here in terms of this is a non for profit organization. However, we are still trying to sell something, and that still needs to be kept in mind when we're going over things. In specific, we're trying to sell tickets to the annual conferences, we're trying to sell sponsorship for the annual conferences, and we're also trying to sell the idea that other universities and organizations should join this association. And that I felt was lacking on the prior website and gave a more of a sales attitude towards that specific endeavor. And we'll get into that in just a little bit. However, you greet it with the big logo here up front on the home page, as well as a more tightly refined navigation. The biggest thing that we're trying to do here is get you ready for the 2019 conference in October, and get you signed up on our email list, as well as promote our sponsors from last year who we can contact again for this year and say, hey, we had you featured on our front page. Hope you had a great time with us. We'd like to have you back. Also, in this process, we updated the content sent to the Association of Advanced Collegiate Schools of Business, AACSB. It's an accreditation institution, and they received all of our updates, and they have properly set us up on their pages accordingly so that all information and links are accurate. So going into the About Us, I'm going to just open all these here for you. Just very simple. None of this has changed very much more than the mission statement of the organization, the president's greeting. However, what I did do is I spread things out a little bit more. I felt that everything was too condensed. Like on the board of directors page was the only contact page. Now we have an entire contact us section, as well as the Constitution and bylaws. None of that's changed. But like the board of directors had the board of directors, and then on the left side over here was a contact us form, and that was the only form on the website where you could contact people. Not that that's an issue, because this is who you're talking to, the treasurers and the president of the organization. However, I felt that it would be better if we spread things out across the website and had separate pages for doing those specific tasks. So the biggest thing we have here is the annual conference. This 2019 one is at Rutgers School of Business. And we want people to see updates, look at what greatness has been completed before, and join the organization, and also register for this great conference, which all these work, and registration has been open. When they go to look at the agenda, everything is set up here so that when the content is generated, and in the back end, all forms and templates have been generated so that you just hit copy, you change some dates around, and you're ready for the 2020 conference, just like that. In terms of the gallery, very simple stuff. For the past couple of years of ones that have pictures available. And for the past 3 years, 2016 through 2018, we've generated archives. So just like you see this, the 2019 conference homepage, after the 2019 conference, it will then become an archived page. And it will look something like this. Just going off of my school here for Rowan, the 2018 conference. It outlines press, which all these conferences I do believe had press, the agenda, the speakers that were there, the sessions that were housed, their slideshows and their respective information, the message from the school host, and more info about the school with slideshows, as well as, again, a thank you to our sponsors. And the process for that has been streamlined across all 3 prior years with the format, the text that's present, as well as pictures and the outline of content. And that's been done here for 2016 as well. All right. And getting into this, hospitality resolutions have been listed. And once we have the 2019 ones, they will get added here and archived as such. And the other thing was trying to find some more campuses to host a conference for MAACBA. In a meeting about this, we wanted to outline the benefits and responsibilities in terms of the host campuses and MAACBA's end, just to make sure that people really knew what they were getting into. And if people are extremely interested, they can click this form and they'll be directed to fill out a very nice Google form, and they'll be in contact with for the next going out to 2025 and beyond. And that covers the annual conferences tab. So as you can see, this navigation design, extremely well thought out, clean cut. If I want to get somewhere, it's probably in the top navigation. Before, I used to have to maybe look for some things a little bit deeper, or it wasn't in the main navigation, or it was on a page. And just now we have more of a streamlined process. Everything's where we know it's supposed to be. And commonality speaking, if I want to find something, I just go up in the top nav bar and look for it. In the membership tab, we have the thing going over the benefits of being a member and the directory and joining. This process was a very confusing one for me when I was looking at it very originally. We have some institutions that are completely allowed to join online and have that autonomy. However, you have some that are must do paper applications. They have to go through an invoicing checking process and getting everything approved for the dues and things like that. So we redesigned this system here to cover all of those needs of any member so that they can join and renew their dues properly. As you can see here, we cut everything up in terms of new membership and membership renewal, and whether they're online or mail. So we did everything here online. You can apply online, you can renew online. However, if you need to join by mail, you can do that. It'll download an application just like this. I'll show you. It'll go to download an application. Then you fill it out and send it in with the check. And if you need to renew your membership by mail, it will send you to a Google form where you can request an invoice and your payment by check. Something that was very well thought out during meetings and then executed on, and now it's here live on the site. And in general, this hasn't changed, but just going over the membership directory, all the links were confirmed to make sure they worked. Other than that, and as this list grows, obviously things get added to it. And that's the membership tab. The second biggest tab that we worked on other than the annual conferences was definitely sponsorship. There's a lot going on here, so allow me to explain. In terms of the sponsorship, we wanted people to be able to do both. Again, just like membership. We want it to have online payments, check payments, and then people who need invoices for tax purposes or expense purposes, we want it to be able to have that option here for you. And that's all outlined here. When they want to become a sponsor, after they've done their payment, they can fill everything out and get a form so MAACBA coordinators understand who's coming, who they're bringing, and exactly what's going on. And something that wasn't here before that I think needs to be outlined even more, which is why we put it in the main navigation, as well as why we put it in the conference galleries and the conference archives, was a list of all prior sponsors, their contact information, their websites, etc., etc. It's something they've put a lot of time and effort towards and resources. So I think that after putting this up, I feel that they'd be more inclined to sponsor again. So we have that here for 2018, 2016, and 2017, respectively. As we go on for 2019, you can simply copy this page. It's been templatized, and you can generate the new sponsorship list. And it's a sponsorship tab. Now, for contacting, there was one form, and that was it on the entire prior website. I felt as if there needed to be more exclusivity as to what people were contacting the organization about and who the emails would be going to. So we've generated a slew of contact forms that are all Google-based. They're linked with the MAACBA team Gmail account. And they all provide the exact thing of what you're looking for. So if I were to click all of these, excuse me one second. I click all of these, and I'll go through each of them individually. Very simply, the general inquiry form is exactly what it's for. If you want to host a conference, there was that one we talked about before from the annual conferences right here. Takes you back to the same place because people could be looking in two separate spots. They might want to contact us about hosting a conference, or they might see it here first. So it's something that we wanted to outline and make sure that it was there because it's important. For sponsorship, you want to become a sponsor. Here's how you become a sponsor. You go right to the sponsorship page, you read some information about it, and you click how you'd like to sponsor. So just adding that second thing, because a lot of people think, oh, let me just contact them about it, or let me email them about it. Now that could be done here, and that will take them to the proper spots on the website to do that. Another thing that we were focused on was call for proposals. That's been outlined here properly for what sessions, what kind of workshops, and this has all been approved and sent, and this is all live on the website, and we've tested all of these forms, and they all work awesome. As well as the Innovation in Teaching Award proposal. That's all been outlined for the 2019 conference, and all you have to do, you can keep the same exact form, change where it says 2019 to 2020, fill out the proper dates and the location, and you have the exact same information here.
In terms of email marketing, open rates for MAACBA are well above the industry open rate of 16%, averaging about 25 to 30% on a given day. For education, this is great, as well as for selling conference tickets, as well as sponsorship opportunities to about 476 contacts. Heading back into campaigns, everything's been looking good. However, as per request, templates were drafted for 3 of the main send-outs during the year. The generic license of MailChimp allows for 3 templates to be made. A call for proposals template, a save the date template, as well as a general contact template, as well a list of emails that could be used from the general contact template have been drafted here. And as the template is used, it is recommended to then remove what is not needed. As well, other respective months have been added to be sent out. And with MailChimp, it's very drag and drop friendly. Simply click on things to edit them. If I were to edit this text, I could edit the text, edit this link right here, tell it where to go, click save and close. And then if I were to send an email, just go save and exit, and create a campaign based off of the template that I've generated here. This will conclude our email marketing review.
So in general, this is a great project. I really appreciated working on it. It was my entry into the educational website space. I had a lot of fun working on it with the level of autonomy that was granted to me by the MAACBA leadership. I appreciate you putting your trust in me to do your website for you. And as I hope that that relationship continues to flourish and prosper, as well as the organization as a whole, now that they're able to properly process all their information on the web and keep everything in a nice, concise package. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.